This article is called Most Manatees Ever Under Florida's Sun, but Work to Save Them Isn't Done. This tells me already that one, the topic is a little bit different than the other article because it's focusing on manatees. And also, it seems like the last article really it had sort of a negative tone. Things weren't really going well with the efforts to save these sea lions. But in this article, it's already something you can inference. Most manatees ever under Florida sun means that right now the manatee population has never been higher, but there's still more work to do. So already a little bit of a difference in the topic and the tone of this piece. Miami. How many manatees live in Florida? Scientists just found out. Manatees are large, slow animals that live in the sea. They are also known as sea cows. Many manatees live along the coast of Florida. They are in danger. Sometimes boats hit manatees by accident and kill them. The number of manatees has gone down over the years. Mad about manatees. People don't want all the manatees to die off, so manatees were put on the list of endangered species. An endangered species is an animal that is in danger of completely dying off. People try to protect these animals. They set up special areas where no humans can go so that the animals will be safe. Lawmakers also make rules to protect them. Rules try to keep people from hurting the animals, either on purpose or by accident. There are rules like these protecting manatees. Even so, 828 manatees died in Florida in 2013. This was the largest number of manatee deaths that has ever been counted. This year, things look much better. Scientists just counted the number of manatees in Florida. They announced the number on Monday. They counted 6,063 manatees. That is the most they have ever counted. Looking at both sides now, Florida started counting manatees in 1991. It's not easy. Scientists have to go up in airplanes to be able to see the manatees. Scientists try to look at all of Florida's coast in just a few days. This year, scientists spotted a lot of manatees. Counting this many manatees is wonderful news, said Richard Corbett. He is part of a group that tries to protect endangered animals. He said the fact that so many manatees were counted shows that they have been well protected. Still, some people remain concerned. Patrick Rose is part of the Save the Manatee Club. He said the manatee is not completely safe yet. Because there are so many manatees, some people might think that they do not have to be protected anymore. Rose thinks this would be wrong. He thinks that there is more work to be done to keep manatees safe. It's good news, but it doesn't mean we're done, he said. Not everyone agrees with Rose. Last spring, two groups asked the government to call manatees threatened and not endangered. This may seem like a small change, but it would make a big difference. Threatened species are not as protected as endangered species. More than 100 years of protection. It is up to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, USFWS, to decide whether manatees are still endangered. The USFWS is a part of the government. Chuck Underwood works there. He said the group expects to decide later this year whether manatees are still endangered. Manatees have been a protected species for more than 100 years. Florida began protecting manatees in 1893. In 1967, the U.S. government made the Florida manatee one of the 78 animals listed under a new law called the Endangered Species Act. Man is not manatee's best friend. Much of the danger to manatees has come from humans. Since 1974, more than a third died because they were hit by boats. Manatees have also been dying as a result of pollution. Rose said that there are still many dangers for manatees. Some areas where manatees used to live have become unlivable. Boats still make the waters dangerous for manatees. Florida lawmakers have done little to help. Rose said he wished lawmakers worked harder to keep manatees safe.